Happy Thursday, you guys. Welcome to another episode of TMI with Maiekayla. And I have some special friends here today. So if you guys could welcome my two friends right here. Say hi, you guys.
Hey,
hi.
what's
We
up?
have another beauty queen here, Sarah. And we have a producer in the room, Ace. All right. So, you guys hear me talk about pageantry a lot? But I'm done talking about pageantry for me. I've been talking about it all the time. So I have a good friend here, Miss Sarah Oba. So Sarah Oba is a second-generation Filipino-American who was born and raised in New York City. She moved in Las Vegas 7 years ago and is currently in college pursuing a bachelor's degree in psychology and will be graduating in May 2023. So that's very soon. She is now on her way to pursue her goals and dreams through competing in the Miss Filipina International pageant later this year. She enjoys leading activities in church, ministry, and volunteering in her community. Her hobbies include acting and dancing, and she has been in a few short films and a music video. So we're going to tap on that today. She wishes to use her platform to inspire young women and girls to reach their full potential, goals, and dreams, and to remind them that they are much more than a pretty face, but that their inner beauty shines with a beautiful heart and spirit. Wow. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, so I guess looks don't matter. So I'm just kidding. All right, so Sarah. So I met you through fabulous pageants.
Yes.
So how has your experience been so far in the beauty pageant world? How did you get started?
Overall, I feel like my experience has been really good. I was first introduced to pageant world through Maiekayla. She recruited me for Miss Fabulous.
I don't know why I
here
asked.
in Las Vegas. But overall, it's really taught me a lot about my inner self and inner growth, and it's really taught me how I can impact my own community and the people around me on a deeper level.
Did you ever think that this was going to be the route you're going to take ever?
I never thought this would happen to me. I feel like it's just been placed right here in front of me, and I just didn't know what to do with it. But I'm just so grateful for everything I've learned and everything that I've been able to accomplish as of late. So, yeah.
What was it that made you be like, okay, I'm going to do it?
I think I just decided to go for it because I actually rejected the first opportunity for myself to be in the pageant when I was first
explain more about that.
Oh yeah, so I was scouted back in 2019.
Wow.
And I thought, oh, it's not for me. Like, I don't really want to be in the pageant world. This is not really my thing.
What about it was not your thing?
Just
or was
the whole
a turn off for you?
A turn off was like the whole I think just the superficial side of it and how it looks to the general audience. Like, it was very all the glitz and glamour. I just feel like, oh, it's just, I don't want to be like that. I'm much more than that. I want to showcase that side of myself versus the outer side of things, if that makes sense.
Do you still feel like now that you've been in the pageant, do you still feel like that's still the game here? Or do you feel like, oh, it's not like that? You could be honest. Go ahead. It's TMI.
I feel like I can't escape the glitz and glamour side of the pageant world.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely opportunities for me to show the other side and a more deeper side of how that platform can serve as a meaningful cause to whatever a woman wants to advocate for.
A woman wants to advocate for. So what is it that you're advocating for?
I'm still in the process of figuring out what I want to do with my platform. But as of right now, my whole purpose is to inspire the youth, and especially young girls and women, to hopefully show them that they're much more than what they seem on the outside. Because a lot of young girls these days are struggling with self-esteem, and they're on their social media profiles and everything, and they just don't feel like they have nothing more to offer other than their looks.
Yeah. Do you feel like pageantry helps that, or do you feel like that makes it worse?
I think it definitely helps that, for sure, because I think the pageant world is really good at showcasing like both sides, like your inner beauty and your outer beauty. That makes sense.
So your idea of pageantry, did it change a little bit through your experience?
It definitely changed.
Yeah.
For the better.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
I kind of did a 180 on my opinion
Wow.
with pageantry. Since I come from a STEM background, I'm not really like in that kind of like, I'm not a fashion major. I'm not like a arts major. I'm a very like, oh, I gotta be serious and I gotta maybe like one day be a lawyer or what. But then I realized through this pageant world that you can still follow your dreams, but also like be fashionable. You can be beautiful on the outside. You can put on makeup, and you can, you know, have that, you know, self-love and care for yourself on the outside too, and also follow your dreams as a young woman too.
Do you feel like before you got into the pageant world, maybe you or people in general may have like this judgmental thought about girls in pageantry, like this is all they have to I see Ace's face. Ace's face. This wasn't for you. This was for her.
I know. That's why I'm not saying anything. I'm letting you guys talk.
Go ahead. You guys can both say your guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess. So when originally Sarah was like going into the pageantry stuff, I kind of was just like kind of skeptical. I was like, are you sure this is right for you? Like, I don't know, because you even said yourself, just kind of like, I don't know if I want this, or like,
yeah.
I don't know, like it's kind of seems very superficial and everything like that. And like, in my opinion, I think it still does look very superficial on the outside. But I will say, as Sarah went through the pageant process and just everything, the training, she was telling me just about like, you know, just how much it's helped her in terms of like confidence and just like a lot of other skills that she's getting from out of it. And I was like, okay, all right.
I had to give it to you.
All right, I see it. As long as it's only just for like you're helping yourself, like in terms of like self-growth and like growth mindset from it, and you don't become fake or just like, you know, let that kind of everything, like stuff that doesn't matter get to you.
Yeah.
You know, then I'll support you in this. You know, kind of thing.
So for those who do not know, we're actually all friends here, because I think people are like, okay, who's this guy saying this opinion to these people that he doesn't even know? So actually, Sarah, she competed in fabulous pageants, and I was involved in that too. And Ace was friends with Sarah, right?
I was friends with Sarah, and then I also did videography for the pageant.
Yeah, and he also did videography for the pageant. And then for some reason, everywhere I was with Sarah, for some reason, this guy was always popping up, like unplanned, right? It was always unplanned. Like wherever I'm with Sarah, this guy is in a coffee shop. This guy is in a smoothie shop. And then next thing you know, he's like at our dance rehearsal. And then I was like, what the heck? This guy's everywhere. Should I be scared, or what does this mean?
I just spent a lot of time in coffee shops.
But based on your guys' experience, and I know that you see some insight of the pageant world more now that Sarah's involved, what are the pros and cons that you guys have seen, or on your experience?
I think let's start with the cons first. For the cons, I think you can definitely get too caught up with the superficialness of things. You can definitely be caught up with how everything looks and be so caught up with the small details that you forget to look at the big picture. Like, for example, when you're competing, you start to worry, oh my god, like this strand of hair is not right, or like my eyelash is falling off, or like I think it's just so easy to get caught up in those things and you forget what your purpose is and what you're really there for.
Yeah.
And then another con, I think, would be, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, especially on the industry that's so heavy on, and honestly, it's so heavy on looks. Like, even if you want to like try to ignore it, it is. It's heavy on looks. It's heavy on like your it's heavy, sadly, on followers. It's heavy on how many people you inspire. You know, there's that other side that people don't want to admit, but it is there. And sometimes it could get hard when you try to, because it's your personal life. I think that was also my issue. We were kind of talking about this before. It's on how like finding a balance or finding a cutoff with your personal life and friends and business and stuff like that. Because when you get into this, you don't really think about, I guess you don't really think about the professional part. You're just more of like carrying your personal self and competing, but then you don't realize later on it kind of yourself turns into a business.
Side effects that kind of like has on it later on.
Yeah,
there's no division between that.
Yeah, it's like whatever you do personally, it reflects your business. It reflects your platform. It reflects what you're advocating for.
If you are the business, then just like whatever there's no personal life after that. Like, oh, now everything I do, it's a part of like what I'm selling. Yeah.
Everything that you do is kind of sets you up for what happens next. But I am going to say pageantry does open up a lot of doors, right?
Absolutely.
So with that being said, what were some doors that has opened up for you?
A lot of doors.
What are these doors? Are they cracked doors?
Lots of gigs have been offered to me. I think that's a really, a great way to make money doing what you love. And just building your platform, I think, through the pageant industry is really a good way to propel you in your career with whatever you want to do. I think that's one of the best things. That's why I'm here. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. What is your goal here, Sarah?
I believe my goal.
I believe
my goal is to use my platform to further propel my professional career, and that is a career in psychology, but also on the side work on some other things and do what I love at the same time.
What do you love doing?
I love creating art, to be honest. Like, especially with the help of this great person right here.
Wow.
I've learned that I really want to keep creating more and more things.
Yeah. So Ace, for you guys who do not know, Sarah's actually an actor. Did you know that? She's an actor.
Yeah.
So let me just bring up Ace real quick. So he actually made a short video. You guys, if you love Jollibee, you're gonna want to watch this. If you love, you're gonna want to watch this. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but we're gonna do a little reaction video. If I could call both of you guys here. Ace was in charge of all this. Oh yeah, or if you guys want, or yeah, you guys are gonna stand. Oh maybe yeah. All right. So Ace, manggapit?
I say mangapit, but I mean it's mangapit. Supposed to be.
So Ace, I'm gonna say Ace.
Yes.
Ace M in the house. Ace M is a Las Vegas-based Filipino-American filmmaker studying at UNLV for a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film. Known for their contributions to UNLV Philippine X, American Student Associations, Philippine Cultural Night, Ace Manggapit strives to create films that celebrate and recognize Philippine culture and identity as they continue developing themselves as a creator and artist. All right, you guys. So I have them here with me. We're gonna do a reaction of the video and let us know what you guys think about it.
There is no such thing as the one. At least, so I thought. Until I met you. I remember the first time we met was at the library.
This was a lot of fun making.
This was so fun.
Is the seat taken?
No, it's not good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Like those two are some really talented.
I'm still working on today.
Yeah. Go for a break right now.
Jollibee?
Oh my gosh.
So,
It's the peach
or
pie.
peach finger pie?
Yep.
Definitely have to say ube.
No, wait, no. You have to go with the classics.
Sorry.
I would have to disagree with that.
All right. I'll be taking this pie for you, though.
What?
We were best friends.
You look really good together.
No matter what, always support
Actually,
you.
You've got this.
Yeah.
Really great chemistry.
You always knew how to make me smile.
Are they friends in real life?
No, actually.
No? Oh wow. They did so good.
They're both professional actors. I just was lucky enough to snag them away for my little Jollibee thing.
That's the first time they met, I think.
That was the first time they met.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you believe in perfect pairs?
So if we were just friends,
The greatest part.
tell me why my heart gets heavy when I see you with her.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Sarah! I forgot about this part!
You do this with everyone else, and I'm no different.
The person that ruined their relationship, man.
Oh my gosh!
How dare she?
And you're just smiling here? You're just so happy. Look at her, she's crying! And look at you four-eyed monster! Just kidding. Oh no!
She was gonna give him a sandwich, dude.
She better not even eat it.
I think I had no idea what was going on back then. Who was that? I didn't know you had it.
Yeah, you better be sad. You better be depressed after this.
Messed up. Messed up.
You should not be laughing right now.
Yeah, that's totally Jollibee. I love Jollibee.
Was this here in Vegas?
That's at UNLV.
Oh, what? There's a Jollibee there?
No, that's not actual Jollibee.
Oh.
That's just a sign we put up.
Oh, that was good. You better take it, girl. You bought it. You bought it. Get it back. You're the only one that's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Food is the way to a woman's heart. Always.
That's a love language.
Oh my gosh, you just left Sarah.
Now I know the one exists.
Oh my gosh.
Because he found me,
Wow, just like that.
and I found him.
Ooh, it's the shoulder. That was a quick emotional change right there.
I think it should look good.
Ooh, I just feel my
Yeah. The only person that had a character name change was Caleb, which, yeah.
Why did you character name change?
Well, it was originally supposed to be a different person, but they couldn't make it. So then I just happened to have
That was good. That was good. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll go. Okay, go ahead. Go back to your seats. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Wow, that was really good. I wish you guys got the reaction of like, because I seen this before, but I kind of forgot like how it all went. Oh my gosh, you guys should have seen my first reaction. I was mad at Sarah. I was mad at Sarah. I was like, girl, you just broke up a relationship. All right, so Ace, tell us more about this. This is awesome. That was really nice. You're very talented.
Well, thank you for letting me showcase it here.
Yeah, of course.
So this was actually a project final for one of my classes before, and it was for editing class. And for our final, it was like, we can go ham, we can make anything we want. And it just so happened to be that for the past like couple weeks before that, in FOSSA, we were watching like these Jollibee shorts. I was like, what the heck, Jollibee makes
shorts?
I was surprised too. Like, Jollibee makes short films? What the heck? Okay, sure, let's watch it. And then we ended up watching them inside of FOSSA and just like during the club meetings. And every single one of them had me crying over Jollibee. You know, like, what the heck? Like, all of them was always like a very similar plot to like the one that I made. You know, just like the boyfriend actually was dead or something like that, or either like rejection for a marriage proposal or something, or just like finding the one.
Who would have known?
And so after that, like watching all those, I was like inspired, like, you know what? Hold on. I can make this. I can make this on my own. And then so when I heard that I can make anything I wanted for the final, I was like, I'm gonna make a Jollibee short. That's it. I don't care how long it takes. Like, I'm gonna do it over this weekend. We shot it, of course, 3 days. I just happened to know Sarah at the time. We were just starting to get to know each other a little bit around that time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know she wanted to act, so I used her. And then I just like, okay, so who else is some other Filipinos I can use?
Any other Filipinos in the room?
I had Zeke, or not Zeke, Caleb and Shannon, who
cool.
luckily stepped in for it. And yeah.
So what is the process of getting into like, if you want to be an actor, what do you look for? It's you that's picking, or?
I guess it's me as picking, but like.
So if you guys don't ever make it on his videos, and just to let you know, he's the one who rejected you.
But mainly, it's never. Well, yes. So the way it usually works is like an audition process. You send in like self tapes or something like that, or either go in through auditions and you either get like some sort of script, maybe usually like sides for like something a little short, whatever, and you just stand there with me and then like some of the other people who are on the film heads, and then we're judging based off like, okay, cool, so show us what you got.
Cool,
you know,
cool.
but it's not usually because that people aren't talented that we don't choose them. It's usually because of we already have an image in our mind of who we want, and so it's just a matter of seeing who works well together and who looks good together and who just like has that chemistry. Like, if you look at them, you're just like, man. Like, I feel that already, versus like if they look like they don't belong at all,
In
then
that
it's just like
specific
it's kind of
vision.
hard to get that empathy, you know,
Yeah.
to make you feel for them right away.
I think that's true. Well, it doesn't matter what I think. You're the one who has more experience. But
No,
like,
go ahead.
you know how when you see like Disney actors and then they get
Yeah.
thrown into like ABC Family, into like a intense dramatic
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you've been knowing them as a kid and you've been knowing them as comedy and someone very innocent, and the next you know they're like doing like a whole sex scene in another.
Yeah, like the self image
Yeah.
of them already. It's just like, okay, what
It's
the
just like I
heck?
can't even like.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I can't take it serious. Like, I still see them as like doing something really innocent in Disney.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also what you guys look at the reputation that the people has, or what?
A little bit. We also just like what? For me, I'm still like at an indie level kind of thing. So I'm working with my other fellow students, you know, but I'm slowly working my way, just working more with people. You know, the more you work, the more you work. So
Yeah.
your network kind of just grows, and you just kind of know about that. But you just ask around, like, have you worked with this person? You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
like, oh,
Are they
they're kind of a
reliable?
pain. They're kind of a pain to like work with, or either like, oh no, this person was great. You know, I love them. They're gonna do really good. It's like, okay.
Did Sarah audition? Give it to me. Say the truth, Ace.
The truth
okay.
is,
You
the
roast
truth
me.
is, it was because it was an assignment and the due date was approaching fast. I just needed whoever, and I knew that Sarah had she could play the antagonist for what I wanted for this. The pretty, just pretty girl that's just like, just
She doesn't care about looks, so stop saying that.
That's what I'm saying. Just at one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you have more projects coming up?
Yeah, actually, so alongside of that, what is it? So I've had the opportunity to work with the Filipino American Student Association and UNLV, and they asked me to make their Filipino Culture Night after COVID hit. And so they're like, hey, it's usually Filipino Culture Night is usually like a whole entire like showcase with the original script and like traditional Filipino dances and singing, and it's usually on stage. But because of COVID, they're like, hey, you know what? You make films. You want to help us making a movie?
Oh, that's cool.
Sure, why not? But what we didn't know is how long the movie making process would take. And so that's what this film is. And it's called Barkada. That's the name of this year's PCN that we're doing, and just releasing April 29th. And so...
Ooh, April 29th?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
this
There's
Saturday.
a lot that's going on April 29th. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I invited them to Mahalo Halo. But all right. So I'm going to shut up now. Let's watch this video. I'm excited. Hi, Anak. How was school?
Fine.
Anything wrong, Anak?
How come the other kids eat normal stuff at lunch? All I have is weird, dark meat with rice.
You're not white, Anak. You're Filipino.
Dude, why are we running? Com 101 doesn't start for another hour or so.
No, but I have Asian American Studies class before that.
It's fine.
And I'm running late.
Who's ready to learn about Asian American studies? All right.
Why does this class matter so much to you anyway?
It sounds stupid, but you know how much I want to make Mom proud. But how am I supposed to do that if I can't even say magandang umaga right? Don't understand is why you can't be happy for me just once.
The committee? Huh? Ano? What is this? Huh? What is so special about this Filipino cultural whatever? Huh?
It's so much more than that. Everyone I've met and every experience I've had has taught me about our food, our language, our songs, our dances, our traditions, our triumphs, our struggles, and all these things that have helped me discover myself along the way.
If we want to showcase our culture, we're going to need as much help as we can get.
Jade? Yeah? Here, hold this. We'll need these for later.
Tinikiling dance is one of the more well-known cultural dances in the Philippines.
The first thing we'll need is the actual sticks we need for the dance. Luckily, I have the materials we need right here.
Cool. So how are we going to carry this? What?
You're hitting me with the stick. Is she okay?
Who? Tita Maria? Oh yeah, she's fine. She's like that every year.
I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna call her.
No, that's not.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that's a song that they always play at these Filipino. I don't even speak Tagalog, but I'm like, I sing with it.
You don't need to know how to
Chinese
speak Tagalog. You
karaoke.
just know the songs. Like, okay.
That was really
Yes.
relatable. That was good. Good
Thank
job.
you. That
Ace.
was your first time seeing it, right?
Yeah, that was my first time seeing it. That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was very relatable. Okay, so go ahead, give some backstory about that.
So, oh man.
Barakata.
Got it.
So Barkada, it's honestly about just like a story, like what about me. It could also be about a story about like any other Filipino American or Asian American who has to deal with like living in this diaspora of just like not being Asian enough for other Asians, and then also not being American enough for other people. And so in the whole entire movie, it's just this character trying to rediscover themselves, and just like learn more about get connected with their culture, I guess, but then they don't feel like they really connect with it or not accepted by people who are also Filipino. Like, for example, right? Like, one of the characters in the movie, what is it? So he goes up to her and he says like, I'm actually really interested in helping out the school putting on their Filipino Culture Festival. And then she's like, oh my gosh, are you Filipino? Like, oh, and then she starts speaking Tagalog to him, right? And you know, him being American, like, you know, Asian American, doesn't really speak the language. Like, I don't speak Tagalog. There's some people that are just like, oh, you're like not a real Filipino then, or like you're not a real Asian.
I'm sorry.
You know, or just like, well, or you don't know this about the culture. Like, how did you not know like what this is called or like anything like that? So there's little sprinkles of like that kind of thing inside of the film. It's just like, I think it's a film that's relatable to everyone.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is very, you guys, I get crapped on, and whoever's watching this, and I know some of you guys talk smack that I don't know my Filipino culture enough, okay? I just want you guys to know they made this video specifically for me. But how do you guys feel, okay, so I'm happy that you said that, because that's exactly how I feel. What are your guys' experience about not being Filipino enough, or not being non-Filipino enough?
Do you want to go first about it?
Oh yeah, sure. So growing up, I was born in New York, right? So my parents, I'm second generation, so my parents, they spoke Tagalog at home, and I never really absorbed it. I never really took it seriously, and I never spoke or had a full conversation in Tagalog, and I always feel bad whenever I go to the Philippines and I have to rely on my cousins to speak for me, or to speak for me at the store or whatever, and I kind of feel bad that I didn't have that kind of cultural education or enough, and me being Filipino American, I feel like that's very important to have growing up.
I feel like growing up, I ain't gonna lie, I was embarrassed of the Filipino culture.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I was real embarrassed of these Filipinos up in here.
That.
Yeah, but over time, I used to make fun of Filipinos, and I'm Filipino too, hey. But over time, my mom used to like be like, you guys are so ignorant. So she grew up in the Bay Area. She's like, it's so different here in Las Vegas. Oh, you too?
Yeah.
They're like, there's no diversity here. You guys are so like closed-minded. You guys don't know anything about the culture. And then it wasn't until I moved out to Reno and I didn't have any Filipino food for a long time. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I miss Filipino food. And it was like a bunch of Americans out there in Reno. And then I was like, and then so when I would come here to Vegas and visit, I was like, that was all that I was eating. And then my family would pack me Filipino food and freeze it when I fly back to Reno. And then I got involved in the pageantry, and then I was like, okay, I really want to represent the Filipino community even more and make it more modernized, if that makes sense. Like something relatable, like something that would encourage the younger generation to want to get involved in the Filipino community.
And that's kind of like also like why I wanted to make this film too, or just like that's what I want to do with more film too, is just like highlighting Filipino culture, just making it kind of like more like cool.
Yeah.
I guess, like,
I don't know,
because I feel like
word.
growing up, like it's funny how that works, because like when we grow up, we're just kind of like, we don't really think about being Filipino. It's just like, oh, that's gross, what the heck. Or just like, for me, it was more so just like, why would I want to be surrounded by my like gossiping, like toxic family or something like that, right? Or whatever, when the food smells bad or something like that.
Smell like fish all the time when you walk in.
But then as soon as you grow up, and like for me, it's like when I get into college and I started learning more about like actually connecting more with like joining the Filipino club and then learning more about actual like Philippines and culture and stuff like that, I was like, oh wow, like this is really something really cool. And I want to, I don't know, like what, celebrate that.
That's a perfect word, celebrating it. So this was great, and I feel like this is a huge topic for our generation. Let us know how you guys feel about this, if you guys want to hear more of our intake or other Phil-Ams on what they think. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Let us know. Make sure you guys connect with them. What are your guys' social media handles?
So my Instagram is @lifeoface, life of AYCE. And you can follow more about Barkada at UNLV FASA there. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Hello Miss Glow. It's HELLOMSGLO.
All right. Thank you guys for
Thank you
coming
so
on
much for
my
having
show.
us.
Thank you guys. Until next
Thank you.
time.
Sorry.